Hello, students. How are you? I see you found your way to our syllabus and course calendar that I'm going to take us through. Now, right from the beginning, I teach 6 different online courses, and I'm not going to create a video for each syllabus, but don't worry, they are very much the same. They have the same contents in the same order. I will tell you about which parts are different. You can probably figure that out as we go along, but I just need to point out the major parts of the syllabus so that you understand and can ask any questions if you have them. Okay, so I've chosen my syllabus from American History 1. You'll see at the very top here the course number section, American History 1, and of course this is the syllabus and course calendar. I recommend right from the beginning that you print the syllabus, keep it someplace where you can refer to it often and look at the schedule of assignments and their due dates and so forth. That way you don't have to go running back to this. If nothing else, take a screenshot maybe of the due dates and keep it on your phone so you can refer to it. Okay, you see my instructor information here. My name, Kevin Mulvena, where my campus office is located. And my office hours are traditionally by appointment. That's the best way to do it, either on campus, in my office, or a place convenient to you. I've met students at coffee shops, places that they work, wherever. I'm willing to travel. I've given you then my home phone or my cell phone, and you can call or text that, okay? Then, of course, my email address. And so you can write me an email, you can call or text me, and we can set up an appointment to meet if we need to, or I'm certainly willing to answer any questions. Below that, again, you have the course information, course description. This one deals with American History 1. It tells you the dates that the class is going to run from, and then the date it's going to end. Know that ending date. That will be on a quiz. You get 1 adult high school credit for this course, and if you're taking this class for credit at another high school, it's probably going to be half a credit, the way most schools work, but check with your school. It's an online format, and there is no textbook for any of my courses. Below that, you're going to see the course calendar. It lists the assignments and their due dates. You will see that you have certain things to be completed during a week of our term together. So you want to submit everything during that week by the end of that week. It's helpful if everything doesn't come at me on Friday because that makes for a really long weekend. But things are due by the week. And the assignments are going to be located in the assignments tab over on our left hand side. You'll find that when we're done here. Also note below the schedule, if you don't get assignments in on time, you will lose points. Depending on how late the assignment comes in and what course it is, you lose different amounts of points. So the idea is very simple, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to find a way to encourage you to keep up and reward you for doing so. There's nothing kind of more disappointing to me when a really bright student, a good student, puts off their work for a long time and loses points, and then at the end gets an okay grade or a not so okay grade, when in fact they could have gotten a really good grade if they had just done their work on time. Okay? So try and get your work in on time, please. I know things come up. Believe me, I know. Next, we get to how grades are calculated. You are going to see in that section, I will list the total possible points that you can earn in that class. And then I'm going to show you how many points you need to get to have an A, a B, a C, a D, or how many you need to fall below to fail. Let me point out that MATC does not award an A+. So if you get, 100% of the points or even more if you did some kind of extra credit, I couldn't give you an A+ even though I wanted to. Okay. Um, so you can always refer to this and look at the total point column in your grade book, see how many points you have and where your grade is falling. The problem with that is in the early part of our course, you haven't even attempted that many points. So you may be doing real well, but it's so early in the class, you've only earned a couple hundred. And you look at this chart and go, well, wait a minute, it says I'm failing. No, if that's the number of points you had earned when the class ends, you would have failed, but there's still a lot more of the course to go. So now you wonder, well, how do I know how I'm doing at any given point of the course? And that's a reasonable question to ask, and you can always send me an email and say, hey, how am I doing? The difficulty in that is very simple. If we've only done maybe a third of the course and you've earned almost all the points, and I write you back and go, wow, you're doing really well. You got like an A. And then if I don't hear from you for the rest of the course and you don't earn any more points and you actually don't pass the class, you might say, well, wait a minute, you said I was doing really well. Well, you were then for the amount of points you'd attempted. But then we lost track of each other and you didn't do any more, etc. So it's a very difficult thing for me as an instructor. But you can always ask me and I'll always tell you, my impression. I'll tell you what the work you've done is really good. You've earned most of the points. We still have a ways to go though, so hang in there, okay? All right. Below that, we have grade reports and transcripts. We don't send you a report card in the mail. We don't send anything to your school if you're taking this for credit at another school. That's all on you. Your grades will be in info online, and when it comes time for you to prove that you took and passed our course, you need to get a transcript from MATC. And I've given you the phone number there, and toward the end of this class, I'll also give you the link to our website that tells you how to order a transcript, okay? Email accounts, you must write me from your MATC student email account for various legal reasons. And you should check that account at least daily. I'll be sending notes to the whole class, to you individually, and you want to be checking that. I've given you a link to the student handbook to let you know your rights and responsibilities as a student at MATC. The academic dishonesty section talks about the fact that you should not outright plagiarize material. Please don't copy and paste from Wikipedia or other sources. You need to read those sources and then write what they're saying in your own words. I can easily tell when something has been written by someone other than a student usually, okay? And so you don't want to do that. The penalties are stiff and severe, and I just don't want us to both be in that situation. Next section talks about withdrawal procedures. You can be dropped from the class anytime I think that you just don't have a chance of passing or succeeding. You can also drop yourself. If something comes up and you just can't take the class, you can't complete the class, you should fill out your own withdrawal form. Okay? If you don't know how to do that, you need help doing that, or you just want me to drop you, please send me an email and let's talk about it. And before you do that, let's definitely talk about it. There may be something we can work out. Okay? How to succeed in this course. Again, check your email regularly. Log into our course daily. Communicate with me, your instructor, when things come up or you need questions answered. Try and create a schedule for yourself so that you're devoting the right amount of time to your studies. And utilize the other student support services that we have on all our campuses, whether it's tutoring, academic support, our library. We're here to help you. Next section tells you that I'm here to help you. I'm going to respond to you as quickly as I can, that I'm willing to meet with you just about anytime, anywhere to help you succeed. Okay? Next section lists where those academic assistance and support centers are. Next section tells you about technical support information, including our help desk if you're having any login problems. Your password just stops working, put this number in your phone, 414-297-6541. They can reset your password. They can look at your account. They can do many more things that I cannot do. Okay? The next section talks about additional student assistance. We have students who are often or sometimes in distress, whether it comes to food or housing, and we have resources to help with that in certain situations. So if you're comfortable doing so, let me know what you're going through, and I'll try and help. Next section just talks about MATC, My MATC, the portal. Hopefully you've been there to activate your account. Blackboard and email. They all have support links within them to help you. If you can't find those, I will help you navigate that. I think the first one I give you is dealing with the discussion board. We do have a grade appeal process. I helped write it, and I have a link to that that explains it. You have so much time from the end of a course to appeal a grade. I've never had that happen to me, to be honest with you. Usually if a student, I forget to enter something in the grade book, or I just made a mistake, students bring that to my attention, we rectify it together, and things are fine. Same with the student complaint process. We have one, and it's fairly simple. We ask that you contact the instructor first. Give us a chance to resolve it, you and I. And if for whatever reason you're unhappy with that situation, I have a supervisor and an associate dean that you can talk to or write, and they will try and work with you and me to come to a resolution. If that doesn't work, there's a dean, and step 4, there is the Office of Student Life. And I give you a link there for the complaint form. Again, I've never had to deal with that, but it's there. You should know about it. That is your right. We talk about syllabus changes. If anything in the syllabus changes, I will let you know. The only thing that ever really changes is sometimes I may add like a discussion board assignment. But if I do that in the middle of our course, I'm probably going to make it optional and make those points extra credit. I'm not just going to keep adding things that you have to do. I would not like that as a student myself, and so I'm really going to try not to do it with you. That doesn't mean I don't add things. I mean, there's some stuff that comes up. It's like, whoa, it'd be really cool if students talked about this, and I'll throw it out there. But again, I'll make it optional and give you extra credit. We have an incomplete policy. They're given in rare circumstances. It can't be just given because you've fallen behind, but students do get ill, hurt, hospitalized, have to deal with pregnancies and a whole host of things. And so what I would ask you there is to keep me abreast of any of those kinds of situations so that we can work on them together. And if we get to a point where it looks like maybe an incomplete is warranted, we'll go through and read this section together and come up with some resolution. Of course, there's a section on there about non-discrimination. Government history teacher, I'm very glad we have that. 14th Amendment, government civic students, you'll learn about that shortly. You have a right to file a complaint if you believe that you have been discriminated against for any of those reasons listed. And I won't read them all. There's a lot of them. But MATC has a process and a place to handle those kinds of things. We also comply with the American with Disabilities, the ADA Act, and have the statement that we want to accommodate you. We want you to succeed in your program. To do that, you're going to need to contact our student needs services, self-identify yourself, and tell them what your accommodation should be, and they will work with you and me to make sure that you get what you deserve. Title IX, again, another very nice law, basically just says that we cannot discriminate based on gender at MATC. It's also the same title that requires colleges to offer equal numbers of male athletic scholarships as well as female. So it's an important piece of legislation, and it's described there. Again, most of these things never come into play in my courses, but I have an obligation to tell you about them. The Clery Act basically says that we keep records about illegal activity on our campuses, and we publish that, and you have a right to see it if that's something that you're curious about or need to know. So I've gone over 15 minutes, and I'm talking quickly, but I wanted us to run through this together. I'm going to see you again on how to complete assignments, just to talk about that briefly, and then I will leave you on your own for a while. So thanks for watching and listening. If you have any questions, as always, you can come to me. Thank you.